If you met me 20 years ago at my early 20s, I would tell you money can buy anything. I'm talking about anything. If you met me 10 years ago at my early 30s, I would tell you money can pretty much buy anything except health. But if you're asking me the same question today at my 40s, I'm gonna tell you money cannot buy a lot of things. Yes, I just said that. Money cannot buy a lot of things. I have such a big list of a lot of things that money cannot buy. I can't even explain all of these things in one video like this, but I have listed my top things that money cannot buy. The first thing that money cannot buy is your inner beauty, meaning your heart, a good heart, a pure heart. You know, to me, money is simply a magnifier to magnify who you already are. If you're a greedy person with more money, you will become greedier. I have met many people in my career and life. The more money they make, the more they become self-centered, self-interest, and they become greedier. But if you're a good human being, you know what? It doesn't change who you are. It simply magnifies with more money. You're probably gonna have a pure heart, a bigger heart to help other people. So money is not the root of evil, in my opinion. And a lot of people say money is the root of all evil. I disagree with it. I believe that you are already conditioned certain way at an early age when you were young, maybe because of the environment, how you grew up, who you're surrounded with, and maybe your mentor, the teacher who's teaching you different things, kind of condition you who you already are. So money cannot buy a pure heart. Money cannot give you inner beauty. The second thing that money cannot buy you is a true friend. Just because you're making more money, just because you have a lot of money, does not mean you can buy a true friend. A true friend cannot be bought. A real friendship cannot be bought. A real friendship has to be earned. The trust has to be earned. You know, to me, a true friend is not simply there when you are failing. A true friend is also not simply there when you are winning. I think a true friend is someone who is there when you're not doing well and be a big support of you when you are down. But at the same time, a true friend is also someone who is not jealous of your success when you're doing well in life as well. The third thing that money cannot buy you is a happy, close family. You know what I'm talking about. How many people do you know that makes a lot of money, but they're not close to their family? They don't talk to their family. They don't communicate with their parents. They don't, resolve the old issue with their siblings. They still don't talk a lot. How many people do you know that they don't talk to their own son, their own daughter? They have a big gap between themselves and the people around them, close to them. Right? They make a lot of money, but they're lonely. They don't understand. Money does not buy you a close, happy family. Your family is not only looking for financial support or your success. You know what they're looking for? They're looking for relatability. They're looking for empathy. They're looking for communication. They're looking for caring. They're looking for love. They're looking for someone to talk to, right? So don't ever think that when you make a lot of money, your family become closer to you. A lot of people I met, the more successful they became, the further their family distance away from them. The fourth thing that money cannot buy you is loyalty. You can't buy loyalty, okay? Just because you got a lot of money, you spend a lot of money, people is not gonna be loyal to you unless you are helping them, you are developing them, you are helping them to build their identity, grow in every single way. You know, I got employees, I got sales leaders, I got a lot of people I mentor who's been with me for 10, 15, 20 years already. They are loyal to me, not because of how much money I got. I can assure you that. They are loyal to me is because I'm able to help them to grow. I'm able to help them to build their own identity. I'm not a self-interest person. I'm not someone who's like a king. I'm more of a kingmaker. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I have been working with my partner and my mentor for over 22 years already. I'm loyal to him. It's not because how wealthy he is. I mean, he is very wealthy. I'm loyal to him not because of his wisdom, his knowledge, or whatever. I'm loyal to him because he's not afraid to teach me to become a better person, a better leader, a better sales leader, better human being, and he's okay for me to build my own identity along the way. That's where loyalty comes in. Loyalty doesn't come in because you are more successful, you got more money, you got a bigger title. None of that is going to give you any loyalty. So if you think that money is going to give you loyalty, you need to delete that thought, because it ain't going to happen. The fifth thing that money cannot buy you is a meaningful dialogue, meaningful talk, a meaningful chat, a meaningful conversation. You know, I had a lot of conversations with different people, lot. You know, small conversation, big conversation, group conversation. And one of the things that turns me off is that when I'm having a conversation with the same person, not a new person, a same person for multiple times, if I'm no longer learning from this person, if I'm no longer having a deeper level of conversation beside money and superficial stuff, I get very bored. So, you know, a lot of people that I talk to, you know, the first few times, okay, it's about money, it's about success, it's about more money, I get it. But if I cannot get into a deeper conversation with that person, you know, it becomes very boring for me. You know, if I'm not learning from that person, it becomes very boring for me, and vice versa. If somebody talking to me and they're not learning anything new from me, I'm pretty sure they get bored very easily as well. So money cannot buy you a meaningful dialogue. The next thing money cannot buy you is money cannot buy you lasting great memories. You know what I'm talking about? That very special trip with your special business partners where you guys spend a few days together and talking about things that you need to make correction on, make change on, and ultimately having the right strategy come up and have the biggest breakthrough in your career and life and business. That is a memorable moment that money cannot buy, all right? A special moment you're spending time with your kids at a park for about 2 hours, where you're sitting in the bench with your son and talking to your son and asking how he is doing and listen to his stories about what he had to go through the pandemic. How does he feel? That is a memorable moment, right? So, you know, money cannot buy those great memories. And a lot of people, you know, they're focusing on chasing after monies, but they're forgetting the reason why they're making a lot of money is really to experience for great moments in life that, you know, most people never experience. So don't ever forget the reason why you want to make a lot of money is to produce great memories, great moments that it will last your lifetime. The next thing that money cannot buy you is your desire to relearn, regrow, and recreate. There are a lot of people who I know got a lot of money and they're millionaires. They make a lot of money, but they no longer want to regrow themselves, relearn, and recreate themselves. They already stagnate in life. They already satisfied. They already live on the past. You know, successful people, they don't live on the past. They don't focus on the past. They don't focus on what they have done 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They are focusing on what is the next chapter I need to write. They are constantly recreating themselves. They're constantly reading new books, getting to the next mentor that challenge them to do more. So understand, just because you got a lot of money does not mean you want to recreate, regrow, and relearn again. The next thing money cannot buy you is real confidence, okay? Not acting confidence. So a lot of people got acting confidence because they got some money, right? They buy a nice car, a big house, they dress up very sharp, they maybe have some positive reinforcement in their life by people around them say, you can do it, I believe in you. Those are acting confidence, but those are not real confidence. And money certainly cannot buy you real confidence. Where does real confidence coming from, all right? From your experience that you accumulated over the years, from a lot of failures you made, and you start to recognize why you made those mistakes, and ultimately you learn and accumulated some wisdoms from, hopefully from people who came right way ahead of you, who came before you, and they're willing to teach you the wisdom, what not to do. And then eventually you'll be able to apply into your real life in the next chapter of your life, and you're no longer making the same old mistakes again, and you become sharper. And eventually, because of the application part, you became more confident, more humble, more certain about yourself, and ultimately you develop something called self-awareness. If there's one ability that I wish everybody would develop eventually one day in their life, is self-awareness, meaning you got to know who you are. what you great at. What are you great at? What are you not great at? Your personality. What are the strengths of your own personality, right? What are the weaknesses of your own personality? If you know the strength and weakness of your personality, the way you wire and the way you work, and the way you develop leaders, the way you saving money, the way you invest your money, all the pros and cons, if you know all those are called self-awareness. And if you have that ability, you're gonna have a lot of inner peace with real confidence. But money cannot buy that, okay? And then the last thing that money cannot buy you is emotional mastery. And I think that's the ultimate level where your ability to control your own emotion. And that's one thing I learned for many, many years. You can't control other people's emotion, but you can control your own emotion. You can control other people's attitude. You can control people's daily activities. You can control other people's results. You can control other people's behaviors, okay? Just because somebody say, I'm gonna do it today, they can say, I'm not gonna do it today. Literally 5 minutes later. You can't control that. You can't control somebody come up to you and say, you know what, I'll be your most loyal employee, and 6 months down the road, they say, no, I want to quit. I want to go to another competitor's firm and I want to work over there. You can't control that. You can't. But emotional mastery is you control your emotion, not just in one aspect. And I'm talking about every aspect. Money cannot give you that. So where does emotional mastery comes from? It comes from self-reflection, okay? It comes from listening and getting the right advice from a proven mentor. It comes from your ability to accept criticism and feedback from a right mentor. It comes from you self-realize you need to do something different and you need to make those changes. That's where emotion mastery comes from. It takes a long time. It's not a one-day thing, 1 week thing, or one thing, or 1 year thing. It took me many, many years to finally get to a level where I have mastered my own emotion. And again, your own emotion is everything. If you can't control your own emotion, if you cannot handle the internal battle within yourself, it's no way you can defeat. There's no way you can fight with a lot of external emotions out there. Right? So those are the top things money cannot buy me. And I hope you learn a lot today from this special video. And as always, if you feel that my weekly contents had helped you to elevate in life, in business, I simply asking you as one of my audience, loyal fan, to share my video, post a comment below, share my video to people that you believe can benefit out of the contents that I produce on a weekly basis. And of course, lastly but certainly not least, I want you to click the link below and go to my YouTube channel that I recently launched and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care. JW here. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.